These lush fields are the front line of the nation's new political battleground. The government wants far more of this: homes, roads and other big projects. But all over the country, local campaigners are already digging in.
That really is unacceptable.
It's undemocratic, it's aggressive and a disaster.
Please fight to stop this.
It should not be built on the Greenbelt.
It's a nationwide chorus of opposition.
I think we need the Greenbelt.
Silencing all these voices won't be easy. A local campaign here in Marks Tay in Essex has fought against development for 5 years. Ministers point out this government's house building target hasn't been met since World War II. On Wednesday, Chancellor Rachel Reeves will reveal her plan to remove the hurdles to building in places like this. But campaign groups won't get out of their way.
So when you look at the government proposals, what concerns you so much?
Well, it's a war on nature, it's a war on communities, and it's not actually solving the problems that need to be solved. People aren't going to shut up and let this happen, so I think there's going to be a huge amount of pressure on the government going forward.
This shows the scale of that pressure. Over 700 local campaigns against building projects dotted all over the country. From opposing a solar plant in Lincolnshire to new roads in Shropshire. The majority are targeting proposals for new homes, including many in the capital, and major redevelopments in one of the country's most built-up areas.
The fight against this project on London's South Bank went all the way to the High Court, delayed it by 3 years and added millions to the cost. And that is exactly what this government is trying to avoid, which is why it's proposing 3 big changes. That means 3 big fights: changing the laws that protect our environment, overhauling the rules that mean that developers have to consult far and wide, and limiting the ability of communities to object in the courts. Each change brings an army of opponents, but without that, will this government ever bring growth?
There are allies that say that growth can still be green.
This does not mean watering down protections for nature. Under the current regime, we are failing to protect British species. Successive governments have grappled with this problem over decades and failed to deliver the reform that we need. Why? Because NIMBYism is one of the strongest political forces in the country.
This government wants its legacy to be buildings and roads on these fields. They say opponents are slowing down the nation's progress. The battle for growth is just getting started. Sam Coates, Sky News, Essex.